Hey guys, it is me again, as you can see. Today is, what, Wednesday, last day of November. November 30th. Makes it day 334 on our project Serving More. Guys, as always, it's good to be here. Hope y'all are doing alright tonight. I really do. And as usual, I'm going to try to make this, have I got something on my head there? Well, I've been out there welding. I thought I'd clean my face off, but I may not have. I don't know, for some reason, every time I TIG weld, I don't know if it's something on that mask or what, it makes a little black spot right there on my forehead. Let me clean it off, guys. I know it's a little bit unorthodox, but I'm not starting the video over for it. Okay, so anyway, guys, it's good to be here, like I said. I'm going to try to make this video quick, like I was getting ready to say. And I know I've been saying that, but I have to tonight, guys. I got to get in bed early. I got to try to be at work earlier tomorrow. Everybody pray for me over that truck that I got coming in tomorrow to do the transmission job on. You know, it's just something I've never done. It shouldn't be too technically hard. The only thing that's kind of got me worried is you're supposed to have two special dowels to line the valve body back up when you put it back together. Well, those dowels are $90. I mean, literally, they're two little bolts about this long. They're bolts, is what they are. They're bolts that they've cut the head off of and rounded them and cut a pretty little slot in them. And they charge you $90 for two bolts. Well, I couldn't get them in time anyway, but even if I could, I wouldn't pay that for them. So I don't know. Everybody on the internet said that. Some people said you didn't even have to have them, said you could line it up without it. And people said, well, if you do have to have lineups, you can take just two bolts, the same, you know, the right size and thread, cut the head off and use them. So, I don't know. Just pray for me, guys, on that. Pray for me hard tonight, you guys that see this tonight. I'm sorry for being so late, and I got to say some stuff, and, you know, if it takes a little longer. I am sorry for being so late. I was going to try to get this in earlier. I got my other vid in about asking help for the computer, so I do thank you guys at Black Eagles. I thank you for your suggestion. I wouldn't swear to it, but I think I've already got Google Chrome. As a matter of fact, I know I do. I see the icon for it on my desktop here. The Google Chrome downloaded. I'll try it, and I'll like I said, the Internet Explorer, it worked. The videos buffered. It just won't on Firefox. So I don't know what I done. I don't know if I evidently that cleaning deleted something that Firefox needed. I know, like you said, that would be kind of odd, but I don't know what else could have happened. And I might do that. I might, like you said, try to just actually uninstall Firefox and then install it back. Maybe I need to do that. But like you said too, when I restored the computer, that should have undid anything. But now I've restored it twice. Actually, I restored it the first time. Actually, I restored it the first time. And when I got it back up, Firefox wouldn't even come up. When I would go to get on the internet, Firefox, it would come up and say Firefox has crashed. So I had to undo that, restore, and restore it again. And then I restored it again a couple days later. You know, just try it again. Went to a different date, and the restoring it's not doing anything. So. But I want to thank you for messaging me, telling me that. Anybody else that's got any ideas, let me know. Go watch my video. But I was trying to get this video in earlier, guys, but it's just, as usual, when you're trying to get stuff done, trying to get into bed, I've got a wheel that I've got to weld up. Well, I've got it done now. But an aluminum wheel that somebody brought in today that's cracked. And I explained everything to them, and I'm going to explain to them again tomorrow. And I'm going to may even write me out a piece of paper, because I do remember what you say to me, Brother Woody. I remember about you telling me about welding stuff for people that's actually going to be structural, something that could go wrong. That way they don't hold me liable for it. The wheel was broke anyway, had a crack in it, and they just wanted to just put a tube in it. And I told them, I said, you know, your wheel's still going to keep cracking, so at least let me try to keep it from cracking. We may still have to put a tube in it to keep it from leaking air, but so anyway, I went out at 11 o'clock to start welding that wheel. And, you know, aluminum has to be surgically clean to weld it. I V-grooved it, you know, the front side and back side. It went from the lip, the outer lip, to the underside of the wheel and where the tire goes, and then the outside of the wheel too. I V-grooved it, But there was one spot on the inside where I couldn't get to it with my Dremel good. And evidently there was some dirt down in there. I started TIG welding one side of it, run my bead, and I mean, it was perfect. Everything turned out perfect, went alright. Flipped the wheel over, did my other bead. I mean, it didn't take me 5 minutes. Was within a quarter of an inch. And I probably had to weld 2.5 inches altogether. I was within a quarter inch of having this weld done. I got to the back part, and the only thing I can figure, where I welded the front first, and there was some inclusion, some crap, just to be honest, in that I didn't get out. It pushed it to the side that I was now welding on. When I hit that, it just went all to pieces. I mean, it did. I had to grind all of it back out, start again, and it still had a little in it. Every time I would grind and re-weld, it would get better. I guess it was getting it out of it. But so anyway, a 15-minute job turned into a 2-hour job. It's 1 o'clock, and I'm just not getting in here, getting done from it. So I'm just hoping I got it good enough. Next time, I know what I'm going to do. If I had it to do over with, that spot I couldn't get the grind, it was like a little round spot at the back of the crack. I would have actually just taken a drill bit and drilled it out, drilled a hole all the way through it, and then just welded the hole back up. I mean, that would have been nothing, but I didn't think it'd be that big of it. I didn't know it had anything in it. So anyway, guys, what else? Pray for Dad. That he went to the doctor this evening. He's been coughing off and on since September. He got real bad in September. Started taking medicine. Got better, but still didn't hardly leave him. Now he's got worse again. They say he's got bronchitis. So they give him 2 shots this evening. They've put him on steroids, which I think is helping him, because I can already tell the difference this evening that he's coughing less since he got back from the doctor. But everybody pray for him. Pray for my business, guys. This week just has been horrible. Today, I think, no joke, I think we brought in $168 or $186. One of the two. I got, it was less than $200, and I mean, that's just, we don't ever do that. I mean, I didn't make enough money today to pay my worker, let alone pay everything else I have to pay. So just keep praying for us, guys. I know I know it's tough sometimes, and I know it's hard to keep that faith up, but I know the Lord's going to take care of us. He always has. We've been in tough times before. We may have to change a few things, change a few habits, and change a few ways, but we get through it. So just pray for me, guys. What else? I guess that's about it, guys. Like I said, I got to try to make this video short. I know I'm not doing a very good job of it so far, but I wanted to thank Black Eagles. I wanted to ask you to pray for Dad. Pray for us for that truck tomorrow. I don't know, guys. It seemed like there was something else I was going to tell you all, but I don't know. I can't remember it, so we'll go with that. Let's get to the important part tonight, guys, and that is, of course, the Word of God. So Acts chapter 19, starting in verse 29, here we go. And the whole city was filled with confusion, and having caught Gaius and it's a hard name, Aristarchus, men of Macedonia, Paul's companions in travel, they rushed with one accord into the theater. And when Paul would have entered in unto the people, the disciples suffered him not. Paul was going to rush in, and they done took Gaius and Aristarchus, Paul's traveling companions. I'm assuming they were when Paul preached. They'd already took them in there. So Paul was going to go in there, headlong. And some of the other disciples called him and said, "No, Paul, you don't need to go, because you're the ringleader. They know you're the boss, and they'll kill you." So, verse 31. And certain of the chief of Asia, which were his friends, sent unto him, desiring him that he would not adventure himself into the theater again. See, an important man here, chief of Asia, it says, which were his friends. It's a friend of Paul's. It was, same deal. Sent a message to him saying, "Don't go in there." They're upset. Don't go in there. Some therefore cried one thing and some another, for the assembly was confused, so they were just going crazy. And the more part knew not wherefore they were come together. So most, it says, of the people didn't even know why they were there. Just being heathens to be heathens, basically. And they drew Alexander out of the multitude, and Jews putting him forward. And Alexander beckoned with the hand, and would have made his defense unto the people. But when they knew that he was a Jew, all with one voice, about the space of 2 hours, cried out, "Great is Diana of the Ephesians." They knew that he was a Jew and he believed in the true God. So they had to start crying, "Great is Diana of the Ephesians." You know, they was going to show that they worshipped a God too. You know. And when the town clerk had appeased the people, he said, "Ye men of Ephesus, what man is there that knoweth not how the city of the Ephesians is a worshipper of the great goddess Diana, and of the image which fell down from Jupiter?" Basically just saying, hey, everybody, you know, and it's a thing, it shows here this town clerk actually got everybody calmed down, and that shows that the Lord can use people. He can use non-Christian people. You know, this guy was a non-Christian. He was one of the Ephesians that worshiped Diana. But still, the Lord used him to calm these people down. He said, listen, everybody here worships Diana. You know, don't worry about it. Verse 36, seeing then that these things cannot be spoken against, you ought to be quiet and do nothing rashly. He's saying, everybody here worships Diana. There's nothing they can do about it. So just everybody chill out, basically, is what he's saying here. Do nothing rashly. Don't hurt anybody. Don't kill anybody. Don't do something you're going to regret later. For ye have brought hither these men, which are neither robbers of churches, nor yet blasphemers of your goddess. Self-explanatory. He's saying, you've got these guys, but they've not robbed any churches. You know, they've not robbed any worshiping spots, which was a big crime back then, as, you know, though it is today. Nor blasphemers of your goddess. They've not said anything about, they're not blaspheming Diana. They may be preaching another god, but they've not blasphemed Diana. So, you know, he's trying to do everything he can to get them calmed down. Wherefore, if Demetrius and the craftsmen which are with him have a matter against any man, the law is open, and there are deputies, let them and plead one another. He's saying Demetrius and these other guys that started this stuff, if they've got a matter against these men, they need to take it to the courts. They need to do what the law says. There's deputies here. It says there are deputies. Let them and plead one another. Take it to the deputies. Take it to the courts. You know, take it to the way that we do the law. Don't string these men up in the middle of the streets, he's saying. But if ye inquire anything concerning other matters, it shall be determined in a lawful assembly. So he's saying you got to take it to a lawful assembly. You can't do this. For we are in danger to be called in question for this day's uproar, there being no cause whereby we may give an account of this concourse. And when he had thus spoken, he dismissed the assembly. He's basically saying, you know, we don't have any reason to be here. There's no just reason to be here. We don't have a good account, you know, why we should be here. So everybody needs to leave. Everybody leave. So basically that's it. Guys, that ends Acts chapter 19. We'll start tomorrow on Acts chapter 20. Like I said, it's good to be here tonight. Thanks everybody for being here. Like I said, if anybody's got any ideas on my computer why my videos are not buffering, I mean, like I said, I can watch them. They just won't buffer at all. And like I said, you can stop it. You can stop the video, and I mean, let it sit 3 hours and it won't buffer. And I know it's not my internet connection, because I can take my laptop, pull the same video up on Firefox, and it'll buffer right straight up, you coming off the same internet. So it's just literally, it won't buffer. I can watch videos, you know, as long as my internet will keep up with the video, which it does most of the time, but it won't buffer. And I know there's something wrong there. There's something wrong. So if anybody's got any ideas, like I said, thank you Black Eagles for letting me know what you think. And I thank everybody for being here. Thank everything for everything you guys do. Like I said, keep praying for us. Pray for my business, guys. This is a very tough time of year for us. I'm trying to keep my head up, trying to keep my hopes up. But I'm not going to lie, it's hard to do, you know. I was telling my Snap-on man the other day, I said, you know, I've had a couple weeks at church that I've not got paid here in the last little bit. I've had 1 week so far that I've not got to draw a payday at work. I said, you know, I hate to come up, because he was trying to get me to buy something. And I said, you know, I hate owing you much money. I said, because I may come up a week here or two that I can't pay you, you know. And he said, listen, he said, you've been a customer of mine for almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in February. He said, I get guys every week that pay me little and here and there. And he said, they'll 2 weeks out of the month, I ain't got no money this week. And he said, you've paid me every time I've run. You've never even tried to say you couldn't pay me. And he said, you know, if you do have to go a week or two or whatever without paying me because you don't have any money, that's fine. He said, you know, I'm not going to repo your tools. He said, you know, I know you and trust you. So that made me feel good. But, you know, I hate being in that situation. So anyway, guys, pray for us. Pray for the church. Pray for our drive-through nativity. It should be wonderful. I'll try to get you guys some video of it. So thanks, guys, for being here. I love you all. Good Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow night. Until I see you again, good night, and God bless.